Hey guys, welcome to Everchat. Joining me tonight is Sir Top and Hat. How are
Hi,
you, Derek?
everyone. Very well. Thank you, Roger. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, you're always welcome on. You're one of my regular panel members. It's brilliant you join me.
Thank you.
How's Twitter going?
Yeah, very well. Thank you. Recently, I hit 8,000 followers. So, yeah, it's ever growing. So, yeah, absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I couldn't believe it. So, I never even dreamed of that when I first went there. I didn't think I'd get 10. So, yeah, absolutely thrilled about that. So, yeah, hopefully we'll just keep growing. And these people will filter through, hopefully, to the Facebook hub. And yeah, we'll build a good community together.
I'm pretty good as well. The hub's doing well. There's over 2.2 thousand members now because I updated the information on the beginning to show that.
Yeah, it's
Um,
fantastic.
Obviously we haven't done the stream since the start of December. I've been so busy with work and overtime and well, just everything in life as well, you know. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I know the rest of the guys wanted to join us tonight, but it was a bit I wanted to get a stream under our belts again so we could crack on. So we've got apologies from all the regulars who join us, and Martin wishes everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day to all you in Ireland. Well, to everybody really.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's
And
Day.
And yeah, lots of news to cover. Anything particular you're really looking forward to talking about?
Oh, definitely. I mean, these new cartridge announcements I think are absolutely massive. So yeah, that's definitely something that yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting stuck into.
Yeah, really big announcements. And let's get our first topic up, shall we? Oh, actually, no. Let's say hello to Rob in the crowd. Rob said good evening. I don't know if
Hi,
anybody
Rob.
else is watching us. Oh yeah, hi Rob. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else is watching because I haven't got the YouTube screen up to show me how many people are here. You know, but it's great you're here, Rob. Hopefully, when people realise we've done this stream, they'll come back and watch it and be ready
Yeah.
for the next one. So let's go on to our first subject. No, we've done that one. Good start. Here we go. The EXP Special Edition update. Well, as you know, last week Blaze announced that they'd have nearly all of them shipped out, which they should be by now, and they should be starting to arrive at people's houses. I've got mine; it's in my main room right there. But as I said earlier to you before we started the show, I'm going to be doing an unboxing on it, and I'm really looking forward to it. What are your
Oh,
thoughts, Derek?
definitely. It's absolutely amazing. These are starting to reach people a bit earlier than Blaze said, which was obviously the end of this month. But people are starting to get them in their hands now worldwide. And I'm hoping it's everything people were looking forward to back in December. They've got the huge built-in Capcom games. Obviously, a large amount of people have received Imren and Toplan with these special editions. Two
Yeah.
fantastic collections. I mean, who doesn't like R-Type? That is just an amazing game.
Who doesn't
And
like
obviously,
shoot 'em ups?
yeah, that's it. And with the new tape mode, it makes it even better. Yeah, it's just such a fantastic experience. And to play it as it originally was intended, with your screen in that direction, I just think it's really special.
I can't wait to open that one and play Toplan. That's the cartridge I've been looking forward to. Um, as we know, there's not many cosmetic changes. The cartridge slot should be a little bit wider.
Yeah, that's it. So it should be a little bit wider, so it should fit any of the first 10 cartridges if you were an early adopter.
Yeah.
And some of those cartridges were a little bit tight, which some of us did experience. Yeah, this time they should fit nicely. So yeah, I've seen a couple of
See,
people already posting, and yeah, they're not experiencing any problems. So I'm hoping it's the same for everyone.
well, that's brilliant because obviously I brought the Wyatt EXP to play in the meantime. And when I noticed a couple of cartridges were really tight, I thought, no, I'll just wait for the black one because I knew that they were going to widen the slot a little bit.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I mean,
I didn't make a whinge at Blaze to replace the cartridges like A few people
No,
did.
no, I didn't know.
But I do
No,
understand if you've only bought the white one and you got no intention of buying the black one.
yeah, that's it. Then, yeah, in that case, then obviously contact support and get those title ones changed, which I think is a really great gesture from Blaze and puts everyone's mind at rest, especially if some of those are your favourites.
But I think you're right. What a great little machine this is going to be.
Yeah.
Obviously, Capcom, as you said, one of the big name developers there. The games are there if you buy an EXP to play. Obviously, no physical cartridge as of yet, but I'm sure with Capcom being as big as they are, they will want to see how the sales are first.
Yeah. That's what you've got to remember. Capcom's going to go on the sales. They're going to want to look at those figures, analyze them, and see if it's worth releasing a future collection. I'm sure from the figures they are. I think they're going to have a good look, and I genuinely think, yeah, they're going to come in and support that. It might not be the same games we've had on the EXP, but remember, Capcom's got a massive library, so there's every chance we could see a lot more of their games on a future collection. So yeah, it's a waiting game with big business like that. Sega also work on a very similar format. They like to see how sales go first and see projections for console sales and things like that, and then yeah, hopefully those sorts of people will adopt into physical media.
I can see it happening because I know there's a lot of people that want to play on the BS, like Street Fighter 2 and that, and I can see Blaze like getting one or two of the games and saying, you know, can we put it on as a game of the month so people can play it for a month on the BS, even if just to experience it before buying an EXP. You know,
definitely, yeah, I can see that too. I think, you know, there's only a matter of time that we might experience one as a game of the month, or even see some form of download where people could perhaps purchase those Capcom games onto the Evercade versus maybe. But yeah, I definitely think there's opportunity there with all the two players like Street Fighter 2 on there. So yeah.
Your Captain Commandos and all that. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you've got to have that in Street Fighter Final Fight as well. You've got to have those in multiplayer, definitely.
Well, should we go on to the next subject? Then we've covered the Black EXP. I've got a channel update. We could talk about your Twitter. You can give everybody a quick update if you like. There we go, channel updates. I can't say much of the fans hub because, like I said, I've been so busy the last 3 months. Everything's good there. Everybody seems quite happy. The admin are all there. They're always there to help anybody who needs it. I do my best to pop on here and there, and you know, now work has started to slow down a bit for me. I'm back again, so you know.
Oh, brilliant!
What about yourself and Twitter?
Yeah, it's always hectic on there. As you say, everyone's always so helpful with the Evercade community. So it's great that people are able to chip in and suggest things to people, especially cartridges, if they're looking for a particular type or a particular genre with cartridges. As I say, it was brilliant recently to hit that 8,000 followers. And I will be doing a forward thank you to them sometime in April. I will do a giveaway. So, yeah, people want to make sure that they're following me. And, yeah, hopefully that'll be something exciting for fans to look forward to.
Oh, I'll have to get back on there because I haven't been on there for a while. Make sure I'm there for the giveaway.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be big. Yeah, it's not just an individual cartridge. It's gonna be big. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be worth it. So yeah, if you're not subscribed to me, definitely go on there and make sure you're following myself and obviously Evercade Retro.
You need to follow this man. He's a brilliant man. And Derek, you always tell everybody about when you've completed a game. So what was the last game you've completed?
The last game I completed was my 260th game on the Evercade, and that was Mega Man 2 from the Capcom on the EXP. And I had Mega Man 2 originally years ago, but I haven't played it in over 30 years. And yeah, it was quite a rude awakening at just how difficult it was, really. But yeah, I soon got back into the swing of it and a bit of muscle memory of where all the different blocks pop up and you jump on and the boss battles. And yes, I was through it fairly quickly. So yeah, I was absolutely thrilled with that.
I always remember him being quite tricky to Mega Man games.
Yeah, the first one I ever got, I think, was on the Game Boy,
Yeah,
and I didn't know what to expect, and yeah, it was horrendous. Yeah, really tricky.
I think on the Game Boy it took me like a week to realise that you could charge the weapon up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
that
not
was
sure whether.
that was
Yeah,
40 years ago.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's amazing, really, that we're still playing these games all these years on, and they've still got their same appeal and enjoyment.
The playability in them.
Yeah, definitely.
How
Yeah,
it,
that's what they went for years ago. They went for gameplay. We didn't so much have
yeah,
the graphics, but they put a lot of time and effort into that gameplay, and I think it shows.
it does show because a lot of the games just aren't like it anymore. You know, not the fun factor.
No, no, that's it. Yeah, I keep
It,
going back to Final Fight and things like that because it's there, the music's there, and it's just such fun and enjoyment.
that was the last game I completed on the XP.
Oh, goodness. Oh, it's
I
brilliant.
sat there on a full charge playing it all the way through, and right at the
Oh, I
end,
bet.
the Evercade was flashing the XP, and I was like, and then you get your ending, and then it's like, oh well, at least I've completed it now. So I was quite pleased with
Yeah.
that,
Oh,
and it
definitely.
looks
Yeah.
so good on there.
Oh, it's fantastic. That is.
Right, Derek. Moving on, we've got the new cart announcements, and I have got the videos queued and ready to go. If you want me to do them, should we do Amiga or Pico first?
Oh, my goodness.
I'll let you choose.
Oh, let's do Amiga first then. Yeah.
Right then. Let's see if I can get the right one.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's a video file for the computer. It's a good start. Here we go. I'm going to try that one. Yeah, that's it. Right, let's share my screen. Can you see that?
Yep, that's it.
Right, are we ready? So for those who haven't seen it, here's the Team 17 Collection 1 Amiga games coming out on the 31st of May, I believe.
Yep, that's it. So yeah, not that long. Pre-orders,
Here
of
we
course,
go.
go out this Friday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. So you can order them both on Funstock or whoever you choose to buy them off. They could be doing a bundle of them both with something like one of the sets of key rings or pins or
Yeah, I think
whatever, you know.
Funstock. Yeah, Funstock's doing a travel mug this time. That's obviously got Evercade all the way around.
I tell you what, Derek, with that voucher that came with the Black Special Edition EXP, I've got 20% off, and I'm going to buy about 5 games. I think so. I'm still 2 behind, which is the C64 and the Indie Heroes 2, because my wife's bought me hours for my birthday. And then with this one and Pico pre-order, that's 4. I'm going to get 20% off, so I'm going to be quite happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. Goodness, that's a bargain.
Right, so here we go.
Peggy 12.
And there we go. I've got all the list of the games here, Derek. So shall we go through them and give our thoughts?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So up first is Full Contact One-on-One Fighter.
Yeah, I mean,
Was it made before Street Fighter or after? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure 100%. At the time when it came out, I remember it was very, very famous for its intro screen. It used a shadow, a bit like a kickboxer,
Yeah.
moving, and yeah, it was very, very famous, and that's possibly one of the most iconic symbols of Team 17 is that shadowed fighter on the opening screen. They put a lot of
I've
time
never
and effort
played that
into it.
one. I've never played this one. It's one I saw it, and it at first glance it reminded me like of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sort of reminded me a bit of Mortal Kombat, and of course international karate, that sort of thing with the movements. So yeah, I think it's one people are going to really enjoy. There's not many one-on-one fighters on Evercade, so yeah, this is definitely a welcome addition.
I'm hoping with Blaze's coding on it, and the fact they brought it to us to play right away and not load up through the computer or anything like that, that we should have quite a responsive game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. That's what Team 17 were known for. Fantastic pixel art, and also their games actually had real gameplay. You could get stuck in and really enjoy them. They weren't any sloppy control ones.
Yeah, I'm just having a look to see if there's anything else. It says compete up to 15 friends in the tournament mode. Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I wonder how we're going to do that. Maybe on the BS, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's got to be tried at least once.
Yeah. So, game number 2 and the first of the Alien Breed games on EXP, Alien Breed Special Edition. Like I was saying to you earlier, these sort of games remind me of Gauntlet. So
yeah,
and I remember playing Alien Breed when I was a wee nipper and really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, it's a fantastic genre, Alien Breed. So yeah, I'm just glad they've brought the special editions as well. So that's obviously a big plus.
It is. It was a major upgrade on the originals, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
We could still see the originals on another Team 17 cart, I suppose. A bit later down the road.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's fantastic.
I'm sure Team 17 have still got a lot more games up their sleeve,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd certainly be welcoming a second collection. I think there's room for a helicopter game Apache, which was really good fun. And also, of course, you've got Body Blows on this one, but there were 2 other Body Blows. There was Body Blows Galactic, and there was also Ultimate Body Blows, which has got a fantastic control system.
And they are 2 buttons, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Rightly.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, with something like with Body Blows, you've got obviously 8 directional on your joypad or joystick, whichever you're using. Every fighter's got a special move, so that's pretty good. I mean, back in the day, something like Amiga Power gave it 89%. To give you a rough idea.
I remember
also,
Amiga Power.
Yeah, also Amiga Format gave it 87%, saying that it's not Street Fighter 2, but it's a very close thing. So that should give you some idea as to how good that game was.
Do you remember Street Fighter 2 on the Amiga, Derek?
Oh my goodness! And you had to keep pressing the buttons for high, low, and medium. Hopefully, we'll never see that version on the Evercade.
I do remember seeing on YouTube that somebody had been at work on the Amiga version and got it down to a couple of discs.
Oh, wow.
Did vast improvements on it, like a fan-made homage to it.
Yeah, but, it's amazing what they can do now. It really is. I've noticed also they're doing a Final Fight on the Amiga at the moment called Final Fight Enhanced. And yeah, and I had a bit of a look at that today. And yeah, it was fantastic.
I might have to check that out afterwards.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
On with our next one. It's Project X Special Edition. What do we know about this?
It's so important to get the special edition of this. I've played the original years ago, and it was absolutely rock hard. I would say it was one of the hardest shrumps I'd ever come across. By having the special edition, they shorten the levels, so it makes it a little bit easier. They take out some of the wave attacks, some of the like asteroid bits and whatnot, which made it particularly difficult. Also, they start you off so your ship's actually got some decent firepower. You're not just starting off with a very small gun. You're actually starting off with some decent firepower. So yeah, there's a few other extra bits there in the special edition, but it's definitely worth it. And I think now people will really enjoy it.
Is it a bit like R-Type, would you say?
Yeah. It's similar to that sort of style game. Maybe that was what they were going for at the time. I don't know, but yeah, it's so important to have that special edition. I think it includes everyone then. Also, it has a rookie mode. So if you're new to it, you can click on the rookie mode and the game's a lot more basic.
That's good.
Yeah, so I think that's another massive plus.
See, the graphics look quite nice on that as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very smooth.
All right. I think you'll like this one, Derek, because you like your platformers, don't you? Quack.
Yeah, that's it. Quack. It's a one-screen game. Basically, you have to collect all the fruit on the screen and jump through the door. It can be a little bit more than that. There's also another little mode on it, if I remember rightly now, where you've got 20 seconds. I think you've got to do something within 20 seconds on the screen and get out as like an extra challenge mode, which was quite a bit of fun. And the graphics are just beautiful to look at. I'm sure they'd sort of taken inspiration from something like Bubble Bobble or something at the time, because
Yeah,
it really is.
That.
Yeah, visually stunning it is.
Yeah, and it kind of reminded me of that game that came out on just before Christmas, Micro Mages. It looks a little bit like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, all the backgrounds and bits. Yeah, it does look sort of very similar, doesn't it?
Oh, here we go. Second Alien Breed. The horror continues. So
yeah,
more of the same from the special edition.
The special edition again is so important. The second Alien Breed was largely rewritten against the first one. It made it smoother scrolling, for instance, in 50 hertz. So that's a prime example of where you're going to see the impact of what they've got in the update. The graphics were vastly improved as well, and also the size and number of the levels. I think there's 14 in Alien Breed 2, which is fantastic. Or I think they call them zones actually rather than levels. The difficulty level, though, I will just stress, is very much steeper. So you really want to get your practice in on Alien Breed first before you go anywhere near this version, because even with save states, you will struggle. So, just be prepared for that. Yeah, and also with Alien Breed 2 Special Edition, you get to choose from 4 characters. Oh. So, I think that is another really nice thing with that. So, get your multiplayer on and select your characters.
This next game, I know so I heard a few people moaning, oh no, not a pool game, but I heard a lot of people love this pool game.
Yeah, absolutely. I had it back in the day. In fact, I had quite a funny time of it. I live in the sticks, but I traveled into the city as a child. And whilst in a big W.H. Smith store that was 2-story, I found this game and I bought it. And I traveled all the way home, about an hour on the bus, back to where I live. Loaded up the game only to find it was Alfred the Chicken and they put the wrong disc in the box.
Oh, should have kept that one, Derek. Could be worth some money.
Well, that's it. Yeah. So, I might have made a backup at the time. Well, anyway, I took it back the next day and the lady was good enough to swap it for me. But at the time, I was very much into these. I had a American 3D Pool on the Commodore 64, Steve Davis Snooker. I had Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker. Which was another massive one, and obviously this as well, which was Arcade Pool, and I mean, if I don't know about anybody else on here, but I really love Side Pocket on the Data East cartridge.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that love that.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've even thought about that game, to be honest.
Yeah, so I mean, this for me is a very welcome addition. I like to often sit and have a bit of quiet time when I'm away from those shrumps and beat 'em ups, and sort of just enjoy, just pot in some pool.
Right, Derek. So now we've got Alien Breed Tower Assault. What's different about this one?
Oh, well, if you remember the original Alien Breed Tower Assault, it was spread across 3 discs. Now, those discs were about 980 kilobyte. That was per disc, I might just add. There's a huge 50 levels to be had here. Absolutely massive. There's over 250 ways to complete this game. So it's going to keep you
250?
Yeah, 250. That is correct. So it's going to keep you occupied. I don't want to hear any moaning about Tower Assault from people. There's 250 ways.
Is this based on the Amiga CD32 or the Amiga 1200? Would it be like a more advanced version?
Yeah, I would imagine so. I don't know 100%. I haven't had any feedback there on that one, but yeah, I would imagine so. Also, there's a lot of new aliens on there. So yeah, you've got cocoon aliens, and also you've got invisible aliens, and that's a really difficult one to watch out for.
That'd be
Also,
interesting.
you have another mode called dark mode, where every level's in the dark, and
I saw that.
all you can see is the aliens' blue eyes. So sometimes you don't even know if they're in the next room, and you start firing like a madman, panicking, but you might not kill him, and and you're back. And also,
run
it
out of
doesn't.
bullets.
Yeah, absolutely. So also it has another amazing mode called retreat mode. And this doesn't feature in the other alien breeds, I don't believe. What it allows you to do in retreat mode is walk backwards whilst firing. The others, obviously, you just have to run off and hope you saved your life. But this one allows you to walk backwards whilst firing. And I think that is just a fantastic feature there, and also gives you like a gauntlet style feel to try and keep taking out those aliens as they're trying to come through the door, and you're firing everywhere. So, yeah, I mean, that is, that's a really big plus, I think.
Yeah, that sounds good. Next game, we've got two more left on this. The first of the two is all-terrain racing. It looks very much like is it Super Skid Marks or Off-Road? Those two games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I haven't played this one, but it's certainly attracted my attention. We haven't got many racers on the Evercade. So,
no, we haven't. No, we got the top racers, but not this like planned down view one.
Yeah, and that was the sort of types I used to enjoy, sort of Ivan Stewart Super Off-Road and things like that. So yeah, a game like this, yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Oh, right. Let's do the last one. Do you know anything about this bowling game, Derek? Kingpin Arcade Sports Series Bowling.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have this particular one, but I did have a bowling game on the Commodore 64 back then, and I used to have a great deal of fun with having friends over and playing that one. And obviously, we all know the bowling on Nintendo Wii these days and how popular that's been. So yeah, sometimes, as I say, it's nice to have a bit of a quiet game. And also on Atari, of course, bowling's very big. All Atari fans, when they buy a new console, always play the bowling game first. It's like tradition with Atari fans. So yeah, so it's great that we've got a bowling game edition as well, I think, there. And it does look very smart. And I'm sure, if you had some friends over for an evening, or you've got the family round, that's a great opportunity to have a bit of fun there.
See, I like it because obviously 16 and 32-bit was my era, really.
Yeah.
So this is the sort of style of games I like, So I'm looking forward to giving it a go.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it does look very, very tidy.
Right then, let's queue up the next video, shall we?
Yeah.
I'll just stop that screen. There we go. Let's start the next one. Forgive me because I'm a newbie at this, really, just sharing all the screens and that. Oh, are you ready?
Peggy 12.
Don't know why mine sounds so good. There we go. Wow, Derek, that does look a really good collection.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We know Pico are good with the surprises, and I think that one's packed full of them.
Right, I've lost the games. Hold on. So we're going to start talking about them. Should still have the screen up, yep. Here we go then. 40 Winks. What do we know about this, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, originally it came out on the PlayStation 1. It was also due to come out on the N64 at the time. That was later rectified by Pico Interactive. We got the PlayStation version on here. And yeah, I mean, a lot of these 3D platformers at the time, if you remember, things like Croc and other big ones that sort of came out on the PlayStation, like Spyro. This is fantastic, to be honest. And what it's based on is obviously the 40 Winks have been stolen by the hoodwinks, and you've got to go around and collect up all the 40 Winks, to save the day, so everyone can go back to sleep. And I think it's beautifully done. It's been in sort of the top 10 games asked for on Evercade. 40 Winks and of course Zero Tolerance are both games that people have been calling for a long time. So I think it's fantastic that it's joined this lineup, and hopefully people are appreciating it as much as I am.
It looks lovely, it really does, and I've seen a few niggles about it as well, and I'm just there thinking, well, you're getting some brilliant games here, and something else that comes to mind, and I know we always say about it, is the value of the Evercade cards. You're not even paying £20, and you're getting these games, which some of them cost £30, £40 back in the day. How can people whinge?
Also, what people forget about this particular collection is the collection as a whole. If you go to eBay today, will cost you roughly £781.
Oh, bloody hell.
So for £17.99, I think you've got a bargain, and we love a bargain. Yeah, we love a bargain in Britain. So yeah, I mean, you really should. I mean, some of the games, I say, when we go through them, I'll tell you the prices of them, and yeah, to be honest, you'll be shocked. Yeah, I think we've got a really, really good collection here.
Right, what's the next one? For some reason, it's gone to another page. Oh, here we go. Zero Tolerance, our first person shooter, which I'm relieved we've got one because I love first person shooters. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, other than Cybernoid on Atari Lynx, yeah, this is our first sort of what I call main shooter, where you're going around with a gun, very sort of Doom-like. It's fantastic that Evercade's got this, because there weren't too many back in the day for 16-bit consoles. So the fact we have got Zero Tolerance, I think, is fantastic. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun on it, because they're very popular genres, and it looks fantastic. And I know a lot of people do pick up the physical copy, but if you haven't got an original Mega Drive, this is an ideal way to play it.
Yeah, it'll be ideal for me, because I remember, but my first person shooter experience was like playing Medal of Honor on the PlayStation and that,
Yeah. I think the first one I played was GoldenEye, maybe. Yeah, it might have been on the N64.
And GoldenEye,
yeah, that was fantastic.
Because for me, first person shooters come in on the 32-bit era, really.
Yeah, there weren't too many. I did have a few versions of Doom on Amiga and things like that. But yeah, they certainly weren't as fancy. So yeah, it's great to see this one, because I missed out on it originally.
Yeah, looking forward to this. On to the next one. What do we know about the Legend of Wukong?
Yeah, I mean, Legend of Wukong, basically the story is they've gone inside a time machine. They've been sent back in time, and what you're trying to do is get back to 1996. I don't know if anybody in the comment section ever watched the original TV series of Monkey Magic. Maybe you saw the remake on Netflix. Basically, it's sort of a Japanese legend, and you play a monkey-faced boy. And he's accompanied, I don't want to spoil too much for people, but he's accompanied by a hybrid, half pig, half man, the same as in the Monkey Magic series, and also by a beautiful young girl, which would also features in that series. So yeah, I'm sure they sort of snagged the idea from something like that. But it's a massive game. Don't think you're going to crush this RPG in 2 minutes. It was about 16 megabits or 2 megabytes in size, the cartridge, to give you a rough idea back then. So
that was quite big at the time.
Definitely. So and it's beautifully done, and I think RPG fans should be rejoicing that they've got this one.
And it will look good on the EXP screen as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that it'll look special on there.
Right, this next game, I've heard of this. I don't remember playing it. Stanley, The Search for Dr. Livingstone. Like I said, I've heard of this, and I've seen a few of my admins are really looking forward to this.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it one you played?
No, I watched a video with John Rigg, and yeah, that was pretty good. It's definitely one I'll play because I love my NES games. So yeah, I mean, if you bought an unboxed one on eBay today, for instance, you pay about £158. And if you bought a factory sealed one on eBay, you'll pay £247 minimum.
So it's worth a fair bit of money then.
Yeah, it's very, very sought after, this game in particular. It can be a little bit tricky, I gather, from watching the video of John Rigg, but it's definitely worth your time. Yeah, if you're a big NES fan like me, yeah, I'm so thrilled to get it.
Right, and moving on, Super Bubble Pop. So is this part of like the Bubble Pop games? You know, like I can't remember what they're called now. You know what I mean, don't you? Like pop the ones you fire up the screen and that.
Oh yeah, I've never played this one before. I do remember at the time I saw it come out for the GameCube as well as obviously the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, it looks a lot of fun. I do love my puzzle games. So yeah, definitely, I'm looking forward to this one. It's very much intrigued me.
See, this next one intrigues me. Metal Mech Man and Machine. It looks a bit like the Ed 209 of RoboCop.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I had this one back in the day. I was very sort of I enjoyed this type of robot. If you remember, the Amiga had a game called the Killing Game Show, which also featured a robot like this. Metal Mech is a fantastic game. It was originally made by Gelago. So we've already got 2 cartridges by them, and this was the original makers of this game. You don't just feature as the robot, you feature as the person in it. So you can stop the robot at any time and jump out of the robot. You've got a little handgun. You can go up. Yeah, you can go up ladders. You can go in the sewers to get all your collecting things, and you can shoot things as well. Then you can come out, get back in the robot, and off you go again. So you know,
that sounds really, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, and again, if you wanted to get a boxed one on eBay, you're going to be looking at £60 minimum. So still a lot of money.
Yeah. What about the next one? Radical Bikers. It looks nice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, beautiful for a Game Boy Color game. It's a shame it didn't come out originally, but at least we've got it now. And this is what I keep on about with preserving gaming history. It's so important.
Yeah.
I played this game in the arcade. I've played it on the PlayStation 1. I'm really looking forward to playing it on the Game Boy Color. It looks a lot of fun. A lot of attention and details gone into it. Originally, Bit Manager stroke Lego were going to launch this, but it was cancelled. So, yeah, I just think it's just a fantastic thing to have on the collection. And of course, you've got to deliver pizzas like Paperboy delivered the papers. So yeah, you've got to go around and collect the coins by the look of it for your pizzas. And then when you go over the finish line, it'll give you a score for that level. So yeah, it's a lot to look forward to there, I think.
Right, Derek, can you excuse me for 1 second? I will be right back. I don't know if you want to talk to people about the next game. I'll be literally 1 minute. I'm sorry.
Yep, no problem. Right, Motor City Patrol. Now, it's a top-down game. It was originally made by Matchbox, the toy car maker, if you remember. And thankfully, Pico have picked this up, and they've removed the license. And you travel around as a police officer in a van. You'll get a little screen up, which will tell you that somebody's committed an offence, say a bank robbery. Bank robbers are in red vans. So you'll look on the map and you'll be able to see where those bank robbers are. So you'll go off in your police car and you'll put your sirens on, and you've got two choices then. You can either fire your gun at them, or you can pull across the front of the car, and that'll be good enough to stop the bank robbers. And then obviously a little screen will come up to tell you you've arrested them, and then you move on to the next criminals. Now they might be extortion, or they might have done some other felony like speeding or something like that. So yeah, obviously you've got so many people to collect each level, and once you've collected all those villains, then obviously you'll move on to the next sort of city. I must stress the cities are massive, and it does take a little while to get used to the map where you are and where you've got to go. But once you do and you start tracking down those criminals, I think you'll have a lot of fun.
That sounds good there. Is that still talking about Radical Bike? Oh, Moon City Patrol, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. And
yeah,
yes, and again, you'll pay on eBay a minimum of £150 for that. So pretty steep.
Yeah, I'm sorry to have left you just now. Being diabetic, I had to go.
That's all right. So that's fine. No problem.
Next one is Punch King. Now, this looks like Super Punch Out app, but the graphics look brilliant. I really like the look of this.
Definitely. It's a Game Boy Advance game. I had it originally. I love the count from the referee. I think his voice is brilliant. So, and yeah, I was a massive Punch-Out fan myself. So this is just awesome. Even when they redid Punch-Out for the Nintendo Wii, this looks very, very similar. And yeah, I think people if like myself, you enjoy this style of game, you will have a lot of fun. It's fantastic to see it added.
I like this style. Like more up to date stuff that looks like this would be like, I suppose, Ready to Rumble boxing and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I do like the look of this game. I think it'll probably be one of my favorites on there.
Yeah, certainly. It's worth go straight away. And once you hear the referee and the few bits of speech in it, yeah, you'll really enjoy it, I think. And also, if you pick this game up on eBay today, you'll pay a minimum of £60. So yeah, it's very expensive for a Game Boy Advance game.
Very popular too, by the sound of it.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure on the original manufacturer. I think it was Acclaim, I remember, on the box, if you remember them. So yeah, I think they were the ones. Yeah, I think they were the ones behind this one.
Didn't Acclaim do a lot of the Mortal Kombats for the home consoles?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I had Mortal Kombat 2 and
yeah. I'd love to see Midway Kart one day, but we'll see what happens.
We can all hope.
The last game of Pico 3 collection, and I think I forgot to say this is the first of our third collections for Evercade, isn't it? So the last game is Sword of Sodom. So is it a bit like Golden Axe, would you say?
It's similar. I mean, you can't obviously move up and down the screen as far as I can remember. I would imagine this is the Mega Drive version on here. Pico owned both the Mega Drive and the Amiga. Yeah, I mean, once you get into the swing of this game, I think you'll have a lot of fun. I've met an awful lot of people that are very, very, very big fans of this series. So yeah, I'm hoping, other people are going to discover the interest in it. But yeah, it will take a bit of practice, a bit of getting used to, but there's some really great sort of graphics in it, and it's certainly worth playing through to enjoy.
Look, we've got a comment from Al saying that's why Evercade is better and cheaper option for collecting. It's just a better option, and it's up to date and retro at the same time, isn't it? That's why we love it.
Oh, completely. Yeah, it's worth its weight in gold. And of course, this is red cartridge number 29. So next time they announce a red cartridge, it'll be our big number 30. So hopefully they've got something special planned there.
So both collections, Derek, what do we think? What's your favorite?
My goodness, it's a very, very hard pick. My goodness gracious. It's all I always find with Evercade, it's the underdog that surprises me. Sometimes I order a cartridge thinking, I'm going to play R-Type all the time, and then I'm hooked on the Toplan collection. And I think with this, although I'm looking forward to the Amiga cartridge such a lot, there's so much to enjoy on the Pico one. I think that's the one that's going to come through for me, and probably in the end I'll spend the most hours on. So yeah, I'm not going to not say it's going to be Pico 3, because I think it will be, to be honest. There's a lot to enjoy there, many hours of gameplay.
See, I was just thinking, we went through all those games on the Team 17 one, but I'm sure I saw Super Frog for it. Am I wrong? Did I see Super Frog at
No,
some point?
unfortunately.
Was it on another one?
No, unfortunately, Super Frog's not on there. It's mainly down to the licensing of Lucasade. Now, I mean, somebody like Team 17, if they did want to remove it, of course they could approach Lucasade and try and put the sugar free, of course, and they might bite for that. They might even let you license it for free. I don't see why not, because they can't get any publicity off adverts and things for sugary goods anymore. So perhaps I mean, they did it with Chuppa Cups on Zool. They allowed them to put that out.
So we might see that then on another one.
I'd love it, and I think a large majority of people that are very big on Team 17 would absolutely love to see that too.
Right, and for me, it is a very hard decision. I like the look of Pico 3, but having a Team 17 Alien Breed collection, which is basically what we got on, that really does swing it for me, because I like space games, I like shooter games, and I like gauntlet style games, and that's all of it in one.
Oh, absolutely. And it's on the go. Yeah, it's on the go.
It's on the go.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you ask for?
This 30 years ago?
No, I'd have loved to have turned up to school with that. My goodness. Yeah, would have been amazing.
You would have been the envy, wouldn't you?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that is amazing to have Amiga in your hands, able to play it. Yeah, that's outstanding. I thoroughly enjoyed the Commodore 64 ones portable, but this is even better.
Right, so let's move on to our next subject. We're covering quite a few tonight, catching up with the last couple of months, really. The next subject is the UI update on the original Evercade.
Yeah, I mean, we knew this was coming. It was going to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
But 100% worth it. And there's still a large amount of Evercade community that still like to use their originals or haven't updated yet. So this sort of future-proofs them for the cartridges that are coming. So they're going to have things like the 50 hertz mode on there, so they can put the Amiga cartridges in and things like that. And it should run just as smoothly as on any other Evercade product. So yeah, it keeps the Evercade community engaged and also all together. So yeah, there's nobody excluded. So I like that.
To find the update, if you go to evercade.co.uk/support-handheld/ all in one, you can find the firmware update, which I should be showing on screen now. Just press that will download to your computer, and it's easy as pie to update. I think it's easier on Windows 10, but if you do get stuck, just email across to support for any help. And I believe the Mac version, and there's another version coming soon, and the VS and EXP updates are to follow. I think that's it, Derek, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely thrilled that they've been able to release that, because obviously we've got the new cartridges coming up for pre-orders, and yeah, just want to make sure everybody's included and everybody can take part. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic update for that.
See, I think for future cartridges anyway, after this update, I don't think I think most of us still work on the original EXP. You might have one or two where you need the new controls, I suppose, but I think most of them still work.
Oh yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah, Blaze have said if there are any issues, then obviously they'll issue a hot fix for it. So that's pretty good. But I don't foresee any myself at the moment, not with what we're already handling and the Evercade's used to using. So yeah, I think it'd be fine.
So, like I said, go to evercade.co.uk for that. Just hit up support and click on the system of your choice to find your upgrade. And then the next subject, you'll like this subject, Derek, because I think you'll have quite a lot to say on this one. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
The original Evercade, do you still use it?
Ah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I love my purple handheld. It's fantastic, and especially if I'm going out and about and I don't want to risk my EXP, I'll take the original with me. And yeah, it's just fantastic fun, to be honest. It's so comfortable in the hand. I like the buttons on it. Obviously, I mean, the EXP is fantastic in itself, but
yeah.
it's to take nothing away from the original. It's where it all began. And it's the reason, really, we're all here retro gaming is because we love the consoles that came before. And this is just a prime example of something that isn't retro yet, but it's still a large part of our history here. So, yeah, so important to have a go on and just keep it relevant. And I've certainly updated mine just to make sure that I future proofed it. Should I want to take it out and about?
It's the same for me. At the moment, I like taking one because I've obviously got the original white one as well. I like taking one of my originals away with me if I go anywhere because the EXP is still brand new, yeah, and I don't want to
Yeah,
sort of
that's it.
risk
Yeah.
ruining it or anything.
No, I don't want to scratch the
So
screen or anything.
yeah, and with the purple one, I know it's not IPS screen, but the purple one screen is a fraction better than the original.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way. And since having
Yeah,
it,
it
I
does.
haven't
Yeah.
gone back to using the other ones. So yeah, wherever I go, people always see me playing it, and obviously they want to have a go themselves. So yes, ideal that they have a go on the original, and I keep the EXP for the time being, nice and safe. And yeah, it's just such a
Oh
bonus to
my,
have. It's easy to transport as well. It's small. It
I've,
goes into most pockets.
I've got my friend at work, and he keeps saying to me, "Come on, fetch me in the Oliver Twins. I want to play Dizzy." And it's like, "No, go and get one yourself," you know. And he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, come on, I know you got a couple of them." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "You should get one. You really should." And I've got a few friends now looking at buying them because the games have started to appear, you know, that they remember.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I would urge people,
Whereas,
yeah, to get.
whereas my collecting started from the starting of video games. Really, theirs is the games that they liked.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
yeah. And now we're doing quite well here, Derek. Now we've got an Evercade Evolution. It's kind of an update. I'm going to do this for Liam.
Brilliant.
Well, as everybody knows, Liam has recently become a new father. Congratulations to him and his
Yeah,
lovely lady.
congratulations.
They, yeah, Liam just about managed to get issue 5 out just before the baby. And I don't think there's really many updates on issue 6 yet, because I think that's well early in development. But he did put up a sneak peek of 2 special editions EXPs saying there might be a competition in issue 6 to win one from one of you lucky people out there. And we always keep to our words. If we say we're doing a competition, we always do it. We always send out the prize. And, you know, we like to see something on your social media handles just say, look, I won this. Thanks, guys. I'm going to enjoy it. That's brilliant. That's all we ask. Just go and enjoy your prize.
Yeah, definitely. That's lovely to see, isn't it? And that's a fantastic prize. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that in the world of Evercade. That really is fantastic. So
I remember doing some crowdfunding early in the Evercade days where we got enough money for the VS together, and so I brought one off Argos and did it in our Christmas giveaway when we did the show with the RGR guys. But we've moved on now. They've gone their own way. We've gone our own way.
I bet that was massive. Yeah.
Yeah, just one of those things that we wanted to do it in our own directions. I still get on with them. I spoke to them recently because they've been so busy themselves, and I've been through a lot, like I said. So
Yeah.
I haven't been in touch with very many people. I think you and Andy mostly the last couple of months, really, Derek. So
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime,
yeah,
I'm here.
thank you, my friend. Thank you. Same for you as well.
Thank you.
And here we go. Have we got any questions from the audience? Does anybody want to ask a question? Let's see what we've got up on the screen. Well, Alan's Papa, Alien Breed, he says, Alien Breed will be great. Hopefully, we'll get Alien Breed 3D at some point. Well, I don't think it's out of the question because we have started to see 3D games now with that first-person shooter. So
Yeah, I totally
it
think
could
it's
be coming.
possible. Yeah, if there's a collection too, and it's not a big if. I think it's a case of when. Yeah, I think Alien Breed 3D will pop up on that collection. So yeah, I'd certainly jump at the chance to purchase that. So yeah, let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Well, thanks, Alan. I hope you enjoyed catching up on the show. I don't know when you shot off because we've been busy chatting, but it was brilliant. You could join us. And many comments tonight, really. But like I said, it's been short notice to put it up, so we'll get some views and we'll get plenty of questions next time, I think, Derek.
Yeah, definitely. And also, people, don't forget to update your Evercade versus home consoles, because obviously there is an update pending there. So definitely go and update that. And it will give you some of the features that you've got on the EXP. So you'll have things like dynamic rate control. You'll have the new 50 hertz mode. You'll have several sort of fixes and improvements. And of course, the coin limiter for those arcade games. So yeah, you can pop in an arcade cartridge and set your own limit. And that's just such great fun sometimes on an evening, just to see how far you actually can get. How good are you? That's what we want to know. How good are you? So
I'm
yeah,
not good enough. I'm not using that.
it's pretty scary when you do it, and then you think, "Oh no, that'll be the money gone." So yeah, definitely.
When I said earlier about completing Final Fight,
yeah,
I must have put about 50 credits in there, so that's probably cost me the best part of 50 quid.
Yeah, it's definitely worth the coming on the EXP for that rate. My goodness. But yeah, definitely go ahead and download that if you haven't already.
So Rob's got a question for us. He says, a reference game of the month. Do you think it'd be better to have games coming on other carts, like a teaser to what's coming, rather than just on one cart like Indie Heroes? To me, it would be more exciting. So do you think they should do like demos on some of the cart releases of what's coming up? I mean, that's what Rob's trying to say.
Possibly. I can see the angle. And I mean, I was very much somebody for a cover disc or a cover cassette years ago with demos on them.
Yeah.
And it always gave you a little taste if you bought something like Amiga format and you popped it in and played a level of RoboCod or something. So, it just depends how much that would cost them in license. That's all I'd be interested. As long as it wasn't too much, if the firm was rather willing to grant them that level as part of the deal, then yeah, fair enough. Yeah, bring it. Obviously, we want them to spend as much money as they've got as possible on those licenses. But yeah, I wouldn't be against playing some demos of some of the games coming. That might just give us a little taste. Yeah, and give us some excitement and some insight into the games that are coming if you don't know about them.
Yeah, see, Rob, I don't know if you remember, Rob, and Derek, you probably won't remember me saying this about two or 3 years ago. I said that they should do a subscription service where you'd get a cart with, I don't know, just 4 or 5 demos on once every 3 months or something, just to see how you'd react and if you enjoyed those carts,
Yeah.
Like a paid subscription service, like 20 quid a year or something. And that
would
surely
be a great idea.
4 carts with some demos.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would want to miss out on that line. I think they want to collect them all. And as you say, it gives people a little taste in advance. And then if they want to go any further, and obviously with the Wi-Fi now on the EXP and on the Versus, they could even make it downloadable.
But it's not going to be long, is it, till we start playing each other across the EXP and the Versus?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that would be fantastic.
It's got to be coming.
If they can rig it up, and I think it's an idea, so we can play something like Street Fighter 2 on the EXP and on the Versus, so you could play against each other. I think that would be, that would be fantastic. A real option to open up those 2-player games, and yeah, I think it's a lot of fun for everyone then.
Here we go. Let's go on to our final thoughts, then, Derek, and wrap the show up for tonight, then, because I think we've had a very good show to get through it all in an hour.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I can't believe it. It's passed so quickly.
We haven't skimped out on any of the content of the show either. We've just been us two, and yeah, we've covered the last 4 or 5 months, really.
Yeah, it's amazing, to be honest. Yeah. Goodness gracious, so much has gone on. You sort of forget that when it's coming out sort of drip feed. But yeah, when you can it into an hour's show, it's surprising how much has actually been.
See, I know we got C64 2 and Toa Plan 2, is it? Coming out
Yep,
together.
yep, that's
That
it.
should
The end
be
of April.
this month. End of this month. Yep, they're coming.
Yeah, end of
Indie
April they'll be
Heroes
launched.
2 was released.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, hopefully everybody's got those by now, Indie Heroes, and obviously next month will be the launch of the new Indie Heroes game of the month for Evercade versus
Yes.
and EXP. Blaze will announce that game later this month, and it's absolutely massive. You will not want to miss it. It's bigger than any of the indie games that have come before. In fact, if you've got a Nintendo Switch or you own Steam, there's a very good chance if you haven't played it, you've certainly heard of it.
So it's a well-known title then.
Yeah, very well-known.
Well-known modern title, should we say?
Yep, yeah, well-known modern title.
Brilliant! Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully there'll be a lot of people jumping for joy there. It was a game I was really hoping might one day come to the Evercade. I didn't think it would come just yet, but apparently that is not the case. It is here, and yeah, we'll all get to experience it if you're on EXP or Evercade Versus. So I would think one of their biggest downloaded indie games of the months ever, I would have thought. So yeah.
Oh, brilliant. I can't wait.
It's going to be very exciting, I think.
Is there anything else we need to mention, Derek?
I'm just trying to have a think a minute. I don't think there is. I think we're pretty much...
We've done user interface. We've done pre-orders. We've done the latest carts to come out. What else have we done? I'm trying to think now. It's only been last hour.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look at the new cards, done updates. We've done the XP updates. We've also done if you're still using your Evercade. I think we've covered everything really.
Yeah, definitely.
On that subject of still using your old Evercade, don't let it put you off, guys. If you want to buy one and try it and see how you get on. You can always upgrade. The new one's only just come out. You can upgrade in a year's time, in 2 years' time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be there.
When I brought the Evercade, I brought it for the 8-bit, 16-bit games to play.
Yeah.
Not all these new indie hero games and indie games. I love them. I absolutely love these new games. They're brilliant. But I brought it to play the old classics, the Atari games and that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go wrong. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting involved in it, do grab yourself an older one. You can either buy it secondhand, or they're still available on pretty much all retailers I go across. So and there's some, yeah, and there is some good deals to be had. So yeah, grab yourself an original and get gaming. The premium pack comes with 3 cartridges, so it'll start you off, and you haven't got to collect them all at once. Don't feel that. Yes, there are a few legacy carts and things like that, but you haven't got to collect them all at once, and they might not always be ones you're interested in either. So collect the ones you like, build your collection, and see how you get on.
On the legacy carts, Derek, I would suggest to anybody, if you haven't got the Technos carts, Technos 1, I would suggest you pick one up if you see it, because I don't think you're going to find it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, that one's gone a little bit like gold dust at the minute. So yeah, I would definitely urge people, don't pay over the odds, but yeah, look around and see what you can get. As I say, ones like Pico Interactive, they couldn't help it, unfortunately. They sold off that particular set of games, which included like Draken, for instance. So unfortunately, that cartridge had to go for now. But you'll still find it. I think it's still on Fun Stock, the Pico one. But yeah, look around on the Technos one. Don't go and pay over the odds, because you will find places that have still got it. Sometimes it can take a little bit of hunting, but yeah, it's definitely worth it if you do find it. I got a lot of enjoyment out of that particular cartridge. So yeah.
And you can still find a lot of these cartridges if you shop around at the original $14.99 resale price. For me, Argos is one of my favorite places to pick up from, because it's only down the road from me, so I can just nip down, pick it up, and come home with it. I still enjoy that, even though I use Fun Stock and that. But I do, I do like to buy from Argos.
Oh, I do, and I've bought a few of mine.
And with Argos, I can pay 6 months down the road anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the first time I picked up the Atari Lynx cartridges, they posted them out for free to me. So, you know, so it was free postage when you ordered them both. So, and they came on the day. So yeah, Argos is a good retailer, and as you said, you can pick them up that little bit cheaper. So if you go on there, you will find like Atari One and things like that, $14.99. So yeah, they've always got some good prices. So definitely shop around and see what you can find. And it depends where you are in the world, but obviously Castlevania games. There's Video Games Plus, Songbird Pro. They're all selling Evercade stuff. So definitely have a look, because most of them do have some form of like sale going on at most times. So it's definitely worth a look. Or, of course, Amazon. They can often be good for a deal.
Oh, I've got one more subject to mention about in the Fans Hub, the high score challenge, and as our new admin Jonathan Cade, who's running it for us, it's is it Rally Masters or something? Let me just check what it's called. I can't remember what it's called now. Or is it Super Skid Marks?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've heard of. Yeah,
I think it's Super Skid
I'm
Marks.
pretty sure it is.
It's got all sorts of bonus points for if you've just started. If you want to come in and just join the league, he'll give you bonus points if it's your first game, and there's a special challenge where you ride the cows or something. Because I haven't played it yet. No, seriously, I'll tell you what he's put in a second. I'll just bring in the screen up now. Everyone's got to try cow mode on Super Skid Marks. So, guys that are watching, Derek, I need to get in on this. We all need to get over it and play on the high score challenge, and we need to sort. Oh well, I'll try and get on a prize for that at the end of the year to pass on to Jonathan to pass to the winner. I know it's a little way off yet, but you know, we need to get on, get some points, get on the board. Yeah, and you can play all the ones from this year that have started already. Just go back onto the Evercade Fans Hub and look for high score challenge, and you can go into the ones from the start of the year as well. So you know you don't miss out. You can join at any time. You could join in November, play all the previous games, and then you're set for the end of December then for the winning announcement and that.
Yeah, that's great.
So there's a lot that like to put them all in last minute to try and make sure they're the top dog, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be had there. Yeah, I think people really should get involved.
And Jonathan would like to see you there, you know, like to thank him for taking over the task from Eric, who did a brilliant job for us as well. But
yeah, he did. Yeah, excellent job.
Eric's very busy with the group at the moment, you know, because like I said, I haven't been around so much. So he hasn't moaned, he hasn't said anything. He's just been quite happy just to pick up the slack and go, yep, I can sort that out. So I'd like to give him a special thanks as well, you know, for everything he does.
What an Eric.
Of course, there's Liam and the Evercade Evolution guys as well that support us as well.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And yourself.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's really appreciated.
So at that point, I think we're going to end the broadcast. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Derek.
Thank you very much for having me.
We won't take so long on the next show, so expect the next announcement in like a week or so's time. We'll try and get one in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
So good night. God bless.
I look forward to it.
Good stuff. Thank you again.
Good night.
There we go.